Now, I've done a video on removing the center console from a 2008 to 2012 Ford Fusion, but it was kind of choppy. I want to do a little bit of a better video on that and just be more clear and really emphasize the areas to focus on. These up front here have little plastic covers. And I just take a pick and pop that off, and there's a 7mm behind it. I pull the 7mm, then I slide the seat forward, go to the back seat. There's a 7mm right here in the back. Pull that. Go do the same thing on the other side, front and back. I go ahead and slide my seat back so I'm comfortable working from the driver's side. You can work from the passenger side as well. I have these plastic clips, or you can use anything that you feel necessary to pull on plastic that's not going to damage it, or a flat tip screwdriver if you can control yourself. The next thing I will do is I'll stick the key in the ignition, turn it forward, pull the parking brake. If you don't have a parking brake, put a block of wood in front and back of one of the wheels, the same wheel. Doesn't matter which one it is. If you're on a hill, be very, very careful. Now what I'll do, that the parking brake is pulled, I'll go ahead and shift this into neutral. You don't even have to have the car on for this. There's another way to do this actually. It's by reaching down and pushing a little button on the side of the shifter. But let's just say all this is working fine so far for you. There you go. Shut this back off so you're not running your battery down. Some lights are going to stay on. You're going to hear a little chime going on. Then what you'll do is you'll take like a pick or something and you'll start to work on one corner. And just real lightly all the way around. Don't force it up. Just real lightly all the way around. Pull this bezel. Then you'll go up underneath, flip your console lid up. You'll go here. Pop that up. You go work on your side right here. And you'll just pry up in these corners. They'll come up. Don't worry about it. They'll come up. And I'll go grab the front part right here. Go over here on the side. And this will come up. Now sometimes there's a connector underneath this cup holder. Just very carefully undo that connector. Set this off to the side. Now there's this cup, or the change tray up here. You can pry up like this. And this will actually come out. You'll undo your connector in the back. I need 2 hands for that. There's a couple things here. Sometimes there's a connector connected here, and you'll have to undo that connector. Then back here, I pulled forward on the tab, and then as I held it, I pushed the whole release back. There. And then undo that. So now essentially you have 2 8mm, one here and one there, one 7mm there, and one 7mm there. And this whole assembly is literally ready to come up on an angle and then come right out of the vehicle. I'm going to pull the 7mm and 8mm and then pull the center console and show you what it looks like. Now everything's undone. You'll be very careful from here. You'll grab this back part here. You see I got the screws out there. There's no screws. And the screws out up there. And you'll grab this back part here. You'll pull up. See, as I'm pulling up, watch what happens up front. It actually slides out of the little guide slots. You'll clear your handle and you're out. There you are, real open here. Now say all that was in and you didn't have the key, or you're like a tow truck driver and you're trying to figure out how to get this thing in neutral to make it roll, and you don't have a key. Let's just go ahead, put this back in park, turn it off the rest of the way. Keys out of the ignition. I can't do anything. Right there, that lock right there. Now watch. By pushing that in far enough, still no key in the ignition. Now I can get this while the parking brake's still set. Now say I want to pull this shifter out of here. There is a grommet back here that has some pop tabs. You pull a little tab forward here, you pull a little tab forward here, and this whole thing slides out. And then you could pop this cable. This cable just literally pops off on one side. It's not really necessary to do a dash job or something like that. But sometimes people say these pieces here break and they want to change them out. This actually, the top of this part of this housing, actually all unclips. And if you wanted to do some work and take the top of the shifter off of here, you got to pry this chrome piece out of there. This chrome piece will slide down. And then you can get to these two screws on each side and take the shifter off and then slide the whole top of this plastic assembly off if you want to change the top of this assembly out. That's the gist on how to remove the center console. Thank you guys for being patient. I appreciate you as always. I wanted to do an update to that video. I apologize for my walkie-talkie going off in the background. But that's what you get sometimes with my videos, because I communicate with a lot of people and sometimes I forget to turn it off. But anyway, that's the update to 2008 to 2012 remake of my old video, but except explained a little bit better.